Hey guys, Brad M73 here, and welcome back to another issue of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. And finally, I'm at my number 4th issue, so this will be the last issue from my first month of the build. And it's kind of bittersweet because after this, it's like I've got to wait for the next box to arrive, which I hope will be next week sometime. I noticed earlier this morning, it's June 29th, they actually billed me for my next month, so I'm hoping that things will get shipped out here pretty soon. So if we take a look, it looks like we have another segment for the framework. We've got some small black screws for screwing these pieces together. Looks like we have some self-tapping screws here. Those will be for screwing the hull plating down to this piece, though I don't think I'm going to do that right off the bat. And then finally we have this little tiny piece. I think this is the front of the cockpit, and then we've got the little fastener brackets here. So without further ado, let's take a look at the magazine here really quick. Let's see here if I can get this framed up okay. It looks like we have some information about the X-Wing. There's a big picture of R2-D2. Everybody knows R2-D2, right? Let's see here. The X-Wing configuration, escape from Hoth, mission to Endor, Rogue Squadron. So we've got some cool information. The moon of Endor. So we got some pictures there. Probably discussion on about the planet. Still a continuation here of looks like it's more Endor stuff, and then we have hull frames and plating. And I don't know, I haven't read through any of this yet, so this should make for a pretty good lavatory library reading. We've got some photos here. You know, there may possibly some information about, let's see, it says creating the armor, so it's probably some information about how they originally built the Millennium Falcon model kits, what the thought process behind that was, some information about layered structure. So I'll have to read through this and kind of get a better idea of what this is all about. And looks like here we've got some more information about the cockpit. Yeah, it does say completing the cockpit console. So there is that small black piece. Looks like it just fits into the front of the cockpit. And actually, I'm not really going to do anything with the cockpit yet. I'll probably pop the piece on there for the sake of the video. But I'm not gluing anything down because I want to get my paint set in. I want to do a lot more detailing on the cockpit itself. So that'll be in probably a future video. Might do some painting and weathering and things like that. And I don't know how much I'm going to do on camera or off, so we'll see. And then it just has some information about completing the framework, putting in the self-tapping screws. Excuse me. And again, I'm probably not going to do that right off the bat. I'm probably not going to screw anything down just yet because I want to make sure that I have everything removable so that as more of the framework comes in, especially over the next 6 months or year or however long it's going to take, 2 years, I won't be having to constantly unscrew and then retighten things, as the frame adjusts. I've heard some people in other videos and other YouTube videos or on some of the Millennium Falcon build forums, like model-space.com, their community forums. There's a big section with people who are also doing the build, discussing different strategies to go by assembling everything. So I see a lot of people, they're kind of, in my opinion, they might be jumping the gun a little bit as far as getting painting started right now, but I kind of want to see how things look as it goes together. Compare those to some reference photos and then go on from there. And then kind of make my own decision about how weathered I want it to look, what I'm going to paint additionally. Plus, I want to see, more issues come out and discuss topics like painting and weathering and things like that. And I know Steve Dimzo, I believe he did a lot of the model painting for this project, especially for the prototype models, and also he was a co-founder of Master Replicas, so I'm sure that he had a lot to do with the Master Replicas Millennium Falcon, and I'm kind of wanting to see a bit more about what his input is with regard to doing weathering and painting and things like that. So I've kind of made a decision. I don't want to jump the gun just yet. But down the road, we'll get there, and then once I kind of have a clear understanding about what I want to do, we'll go ahead and take that, take those steps to begin the painting process. And then here we get a little sneak peek at issue 5, which appears to be the 2 side panels for the cockpit here. I can't tell what this little tiny piece is here. What is that thing? I'm going to pick this up. I can't even tell. They might be screws. I think they're screws, actually. Whoops. I think these are screws for this piece, which is actually the LED backlight for the rear of the cockpit. So that'll actually screw onto the back of the cockpit to illuminate the panels, around the doorway. And then we also have the 2... I don't know how to describe it, the neck tube, I guess, that would sit behind the cockpit. And then I believe issue 6 actually has the cockpit, like the lower cockpit hull, and as well as the cockpit window. So basically the lower portion, actually let me zoom back in here, the lower portion of the cockpit and this upper part here, I believe those come with issue 6. I'm not positive because I don't have the different issues in front of me. And all of you guys in the UK and around the world who are months ahead of me are probably laughing because you guys, I'm so jealous. I see a bunch of pictures in the Facebook user group, and some of your builds are just looking awesome, and I'm really jealous. I really wish I was this far ahead. I think you guys are up to like episode or issue 24 or 25 now. So yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. All right, so let's get started here. Let's see here. I guess I will start out by moving this out of the way, and as usual, I'm going to cut this open, being careful not to chop my fingers off or anything. Okay. Set the knife aside. I won't be needing that. We will be needing our screwdriver again. And these little pieces are pretty cool because they've got like a etching of the, the design of the Millennium Falcon. But I've just been throwing them away. Like I thought maybe if I got a larger piece that had a complete image, I might keep it. But there's, the plastic is actually glued onto the surface, so it's not like, it's not like something you're going to want to frame by any stretch of the imagination. All right, so first, I'll just turn this upside down so the plastic will kind of act as a tray to hold in all the little pieces here. But I'm going to start out, let's see here, I'm going to open up the book over here. And it just says, take the cockpit console, front panel, part number 1, which is going to be this, and the cockpit interior that you assembled in issue 3. Align the 2 tabs and slots as shown by the yellow arrows. The yellow arrows on the picture here, and then press the front panel back into position so that the top edge fits under the instrument panel as shown, and then this completes the front of the cockpit. So again, if you're not planning to paint your model, here's this little piece here. Hopefully we've got some good lighting. And actually it's pretty nice because I'm not really sure. The black's not, oh, there we go. We can get a little bit closer in. There's actually some holes there, so it doesn't really look like it's 2 separate pieces, though. which is pretty cool. All right, so zooming back out, grab our cockpit here, and you can actually, maybe you'll see the two tabs there. Might be a little bit blurry for you guys. And we can just, I guess this goes upside down actually. And can pop those right in place right there for right now. All right, so go any further. All right, so that pretty much completes that portion of the build. As you can see there. There we are. And again, I haven't put the little throttle pieces in. Oops. Refocus that. I haven't put the little throttle pieces in just yet because I want to wait to do some weathering and things like that on the cockpit. So that'll be down the road, and I hope to do some more, build diary kind of stuff for that. So moving on to the hard stuff, okay? Actually, I'm going to need to bring the magazine over here so it's a little bit closer. Okay, take the framework you assembled in issue number 2. So we're going to bring that over right here. And it's a little bit loose. I don't know if I tightened this down all the way. I think I actually loosened these up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot tighter. Okay, so we've got this piece, and it looks like it's laid out upside down like this. So, line up part number 3, hull frame TF6, which is this one here. Okay. And we're going to need our little bag of screws here, the little black screws. Just try to rip those open here. And I'm just going to pop them in this little tray so I don't lose them. Okay, I just need a few of them for right now. And so basically we want to align this like so, like that. So I will start off by let's see here. Whoop. Move this a little bit closer. Hopefully that light is really, see if I could do something about the brightness. Okay, that might be a little bit better there. All right, so we're just going to start by screwing a few of these down here. And I'm not going to tighten them all the way. Not just yet. Okay. Do this one down here. Okay. And just need one screw, guys. Here we are. Okay. And again, you don't want to over tighten these. You don't want to cause any, you don't want to strip the screws out or anything. So you just want to tighten them down till they're snug. All right, so we've got that one. Holding the parts together. Insert black screw at point A in the diagram. So that would be here, I believe. I actually have it upside down again. So yeah, that's here. And then using 2 fixing screws to secure TF6 to the spare holes in the 4 connector at point B, which is up here. So we did that already. Take a 4 hole connector. It's going to be one of these guys. So just pop these out onto the table for right now. Position those, let's see here. Take a 4, okay, so we need to line these up over here, and I don't think it matters which way they go. So we need to put that over at this end. So let's grab another screw. And I'm just going to screw this into place. Again, I'm going to I like to start off by screwing counterclockwise and then clockwise. And that makes sure that my threads are aligned so that I don't cross the threads. Crossing the threads is just about as bad as crossing the streams in Ghostbusters. So yeah. Let's see here. What's this? And I might need to, whoops, I might need to loosen these screws up just a little bit because the alignment just feels ever so slightly off. Hello, come on now, come on, there we go. And let's see if I can get a better focus on that for you guys. Okay, so okay, that looks like it's in there pretty good. So I'll just tighten the rest of these down ever so gently. I was going to say softly, but you know. All right, so those are done. Let's see, use 2 screws. Okay, so now we have the hull frame TF5 or TF05 as it's printed on here. Put that up against the framework as shown here, I'm guessing. Yep. And let's see, holding the frames together, insert 2 fixing screws loosely to secure the connector at point D, which is here. So we'll get 2 more screws. And hello, let's see. Let's screw this one down. I'm going to jump ahead just slightly. Whoops. Okay, let's back thread this. Whoop. There we go. You can kind of, you know, when you back thread like that, you can kind of feel the screw, you know, pop down into the groove, and that's basically what I'm looking for, is just going by feel. I've done this for years and years, you know, building other models, or you know, even building computers, or anything that you're assembling and disassembling. You're dramatically going to increase the life of, you know, the screws as well as the holes by back threading. And actually, I'm probably going to need to loosen. Let's just loosen these other 2 screws up just slightly. There we go. So it's not really wanting to go in there. Let's try this hole. Is that one going to work? Is that one going in now? Okay, I think that one did go in. All right. Pop another couple screws out there. And all right, let's try this one again. This one just, okay, I want to take, let's see. This one just does not really want to go in there. Oh, there it goes. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so now I can just kind of snug the rest of these 4 screws into place. Again, I don't want to really over tighten them too much, because I'm going to come back and tighten these later. Okay, and finally, fix the second connector at point E. So that's, whoops, so that's down here at the front. Let's zoom, can I zoom out again? There we go. Yeah, pointy is down here. And then tighten the screws, and there we go. All right, so I'm going to need one screw here. And again, I mean, these little flat pieces here, I don't think it really matters if you put them on one way or the other. It doesn't, it doesn't look like there's a bevel or anything like that with the on the surface, so I don't really think that matters. Hopefully my hand is not blocking this too much, even though that I'm sure that it is. All right, there's that. Looks like we have one of the little black screws left over in the bag here, so I don't think it'll be maybe just be a spare. These are pretty small screws, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to potentially lose those. All right, so that one's down, and this one is down. All right, so boy, it's really rock solid on there now. It's really look. I mean, look at that piece right there. I mean, that's as big as my hand, right? And it's nice and smooth, like there's no, just rubbing your hand across the seams here, I don't feel really any, it just feels like a flat surface. Like if I had my eyes closed, which I do right now, I don't really feel the seam lines. I can feel some roughness there, but yeah, you don't really feel those seam lines. So, yeah, there's, the first part of the hull framing, the first month of hull framing is complete there. All right, so now it says, take the frame assembly plus part 10, hull plating TP1, which I think is this right here. You also need the silver screw supplied at this time. Fit the plating. Wait a second, they have a picture. Oh no, it's a picture of this. My bad. So they actually have a picture of this guy, and it's essentially saying, fit the plating over the frame assembly as shown. Check that the 8 lugs on the plating arrowed. So it's basically saying like these 4 holes, bam, 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 line up with the little pegs here on the hull plating part. Fix the plating with the silver screws supplied, and the silver screws that they're referring to are these little guys. Those again are the self-tapping screws, and they call them self-tapping because the threads of the screw are more like almost like a blade, almost not so much like a drill bit, but they're designed to be wider than the opening. But there's typically designed to go into plastics or other soft material, maybe wood, things like that. So as you screw them in, they actually grab onto the plastic or wood or whatever surface as you screw them down to create more strength and more friction. And so the downside of that is, especially with plastic, and one of the things that they are illustrating in the build guide is that as you remove those and replace those repeatedly, it will eventually strip out this plastic and potentially even break these little posts. Now, if you break one of them, it's probably not going to be the end of the world, but why rush things? So again, I'm going to hold off on doing that until I have much more of the hull built, and then as I start screwing the pieces down, I'll actually be able to make sure that everything is aligned and everything fits together properly. However, I will just fit this on here, and I will align these up with all the little holes, and you can just kind of press them together, and again, that's not going to fall off there. See, it's actually pretty snug, and it's, just pulling at it, I can tell that it's going to take a bit of effort. Probably want to push from the inside out if I want to take this hull piece off. So that's actually pretty good. Pretty good there. And then let's see here. It just says, fix the plating with the silver screws supplied. They cut their own threads, which is, you know, kind of what I just discussed. So be careful not to over tighten them. The reason why is you don't want to actually pull the thread through and strip out the plastic on the inside. As the screwdriver is magnetic, you may find it easier to use it to pick up and position the screws. Continue until you have fitted all 8 fixing screws. The completed assembly looks like this. La-la. Store it carefully until it is time to continue building the hull. And then it's got a little exclamation point. It says, you can also try TP2, part number 1 from issue 3, in place, but it cannot be fixed just yet. Oh man, this piece right here, and they're essentially saying we can, you know, put that into position right there, but it's just going to kind of hang off there. So that is what, yeah, it's just kind of hanging there, but it looks pretty cool. And I mean, this is just like, I mean, there's still going to be like a big piece out here. Guys, this thing is going to be absolutely massive. So that's it for the build diary this week. Again, I'm hoping to get my next month, sometime next week. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that those come in. I also ordered several issues from the UK on eBay. So I got an extra set of blueprints with that. I'm going to get the shirt from the UK edition, and then I'll actually even have some extra kit or some extra packages. I think I'll be getting duplicates of 1 through 4, which is kind of nice because I might want to, you know, have a second cockpit. Maybe I'll keep one stock and then I'll do another one that I'm going to paint up. I don't know yet, or heck, I might not even touch them. We'll see. But I got an extras of that, and then I think I've got, they're missing like, I think 5 and 6, and then I think I get 7 through like 11 or 10 or something like that. So not a bad deal. I got it for a really cheap price. Shipping is going to probably kill me, but you know, if I don't end up using some of those, I'll, you know, probably sell them on eBay or something like that, and just to get that out of the way. But I'll still be doing these as weekly episodes, so I'm not going to like rush ahead and, you know, do a bunch of them. I'm going to just keep these, you know, on a weekly basis for you guys that enjoy watching it. And you know, as I learn things, you know, I'm constantly learning things from other builders, learning from their mistakes, or seeing things that I like that some other people are doing that I might want to eventually incorporate into my model kit. Yeah, so things that you know, I'm going to learn over the course of time, I'll try to share with you guys, so that you can make your model better, and possibly, come on, stop rocking there, you're making me sick. Not really. And, you know, and if you're not building your own and you're just enjoying me building my model, please hit the thumbs up. Please like that video, and post in the comments what you think. Are you as excited to join me on this journey over the next 2 years building this thing? Actually, 2 years from now, we should have this done. I mean, that's just like, oh my God, is it really going to take that long? And I guess probably the sad fact is, yes, it will. I saw somebody in one of the Millennium Falcon forums, I think they just bought like issues 1 through 24, 1 through 25 from someone else who was kind of gathering all the issues together, but for whatever reason, decided not to do their build. And so they've got all these issues, and I'm just like, oh man, that's so cool. You could just, you know, assemble, you know, a quarter of your ship. I mean, that's literally 6 months worth of assembly right there. And you're going to pretty much be all caught up with where everybody's at today. But yeah, really cool stuff. I'm really enjoying seeing other people's builds, and I continue to enjoy. Every day I check the forums to see if somebody got, you know, a new week or something like that, or put up some new pictures. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot I think there's a lot of camaraderie in the small group, because there's probably, if you really look and see how many people are actually building this, I would say it's probably 1,000, maybe 2,000 people. Because $1,500 over 2 years, even though it's pretty affordable, that's still a lot of money for the average person, the average Joe. So I don't think a lot of people are going to be doing this. So hopefully over the next 2 years, I'll get to meet and discuss and commiserate with a lot of the other builders, and then we can kind of share our experiences together. I think that'll be really cool, and it's something that I definitely look forward to. I also want to say, I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the beginning of this issue, but I also wanted to thank all of my subscribers for helping me reach 15,000 subscribers. I actually reached 15,000 yesterday, and I'm already to almost 15,100. So again, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you who subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I hope you will continue on with this journey with me. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Build the Millennium Falcon. I am Brad M73, and we will see you in the next issue or the next episode. Bye for now, guys. Bye.